Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. It's me, your host Tiffany, in case you didn't know. Today, we're getting back into Exo Kitty. It's been like a good month or so since I last watched. I really only watched the first episode, and I did a full reaction to that, and it was a pain to get it on YouTube. So if you have not seen it, please go and watch it. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys, just so you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. This was the reaction to the first episode that I did. You should be able to find it under the live tab on my YouTube channel, so please go check that out. Give it a thumbs up, give me a comment, all that good stuff. And I can probably link it for you guys as well in the chat just to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, we're finally getting back into it. I don't know how I let time get away from me, but I watched the second and third episode. Okay, there we go. I just put it in the chat for you guys. Hopefully that was the correct link. Hope that was the right link. And yeah, we're gonna talk about it. I actually watched it last night, and I have some thoughts, so we're gonna get into it. It's funny because I feel like I was looking like on YouTube or just on social media period to see like what other people were saying about the show, because I'm like, this show's been out for a little while now, and I feel like I haven't really heard many people talk about it. And when I did look it up, there wasn't really like good reviews, and I was like, oh, maybe that's why. So yeah. um but let me just start off by saying that I don't think it's a bad show or anything. Like, I feel like it's a cute show overall, and it is something that I kind of want to see through. Like, I definitely want to watch the rest of the season. So the season has 10 episodes. And I heard that they got renewed for a season 2, or if they haven't officially gotten renewed, I feel like there is a season 2 coming. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there will be more episodes to come. So I do kind of want to see what's going to happen. But I guess like some people are feeling like it's a whitewashed version of a K drama, or like there's drama in it, of course, but it's definitely like PG or PG-13. Like, it's not like a super adult show. And I think too, because the actress Anna who plays Kitty, I think she's only like 19 or 20. So that's not something I would really expect from the show anyway. So going into it, I didn't think it was going to be like super scandalous, but I knew that obviously there was going to be some drama. So yeah, let me hop into it. So just to kind of give you guys a recap, in case you didn't watch my reaction to the first episode, or maybe if you haven't seen it, I mean, hopefully you've seen it if you're watching this, because I'm going to be talking about episodes 2 and 3. So I left off with Kitty coming to Korea to go to the school. It's the same school that her mom went to back in the day, and her boyfriend just happens to be there as well, her long distance boyfriend. And apparently they've been dating for like 3 or 4 years, and I'm like, she's only 16. Like, how have you been dating for that long? But anyway, so her dad and her stepmom allows her to go, and she transfers to this school. And it's like leading up to this big moment of her seeing her boyfriend, because her boyfriend doesn't know that she's done this. So it's supposed to be like a big surprise, right? And the first episode pretty much ends with her seeing her boyfriend with another girl, and not only another girl, but this girl is somebody who is in the spotlight. This girl has kind of like a wealthy family, and they had met previously. Her name is Yuri. So Kitty and Yuri had met like earlier in the episode, and they kind of got along well. So she's like, wait a minute, you're with my man? Like, hold on. And so you already know it's about to be some mess after it ends that way. So that was like, I hadn't seen that. That was like the last time I had watched anything from the show. And that was like a month ago, maybe even longer. So I was like, okay, let's get back into it. So episode 2 was really just like, let me just tell you what annoyed me. Day, her boyfriend, annoys me because I feel like the whole entire time he just kept saying, well, let me explain. I can explain. Just give me a chance to explain. And it's like, okay, you keep saying that, but you're not explaining. Like, you're not telling me anything. And so from Kitty's perspective, I can understand why she jumped to like, okay, so you've been playing me this whole time. Like, you're just two-timing us, or you're just cheating on me, really. Because he wasn't explaining. And I understand that, like, it's a TV show, so it's like every time he did try to tell her what was really going on, something would come up, or he would get like pulled away from her or whatever. And I was just like, come on now, like, this is really annoying me, just because I feel like he literally could have told her, like, I'll explain all the details later, but let me just tell you that this relationship that I have with Yuri is fake. It's not real. I don't love her. I love you. So technically I'm not cheating on you, although, he definitely should have told her about it. But he couldn't even say that. He kept just saying, well, let me explain. And it was just like, bro, like, you've said that like 5 times now. So that part was annoying me. So Dave was just annoying me. Like, I feel like he means well, but I don't know. Like, his character is just annoying me right now. after watching the first 3 episodes. So I'm definitely on Kitty's side when it comes to all of that, even though it seems like throughout the second and third episode, she's smart. She's putting it together that, like, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right here. It seems like Day is faking this because he really does not look happy with Yuri. Like, he looks miserable, and she clearly sees that, right? So she's putting 2 and 2 together that, like, okay, maybe this isn't real. Like, this can't be real. Like, there's no way that, like, we've been dating for 4 years and I come to Korea to find out that you've been cheating on me this whole time. There's just no way. Like, she's basically just like in denial. Like, there's just no way that that's real. And the thing with Yuri, so like when they first showed her in the first episode, I already felt like she's going to be a problem. Like, I think if you watch my reaction, I think I do say that in the video where I'm like, okay, she's going to be a problem, or she's going to be like an antagonist or something. It's going to be something with her. And so I was sort of right. I don't think she's fully like an antagonist, but obviously, like, she is coming in between Kitty and Day. But the thing with her that is annoying me, like, on some level, I sympathize with her because her parents are so controlling, and they show glimpses of that. And, there's so many like expectations put on her, and granted, they're only like 16, they're in high school. So like on that thing, on that side of things, I sympathize. But then I'm like, if anybody should know what it's like, what Day is going through, it should be you. So you should be like a little bit more lenient with Day. And when I'm saying that, I mean, like, so spoilers, obviously I'm talking about it. So we find out that Yuri is actually, she's actually in love with a girl. And so she's pretty much using Day to cover that so that her parents don't know, so that the public doesn't know. And by, just from what they've shown of her parents, like, it definitely seems like they would not like that at all. And the girl is black too. So I was like, oh shoot, like, not only is she gay, but she's dating a black girl. Like, that, I don't think that's gonna go over well with her Asian parents, or Korean parents, I should say. So it's just like, no, that's not. I can understand why she's hiding it, but it's like, okay, so you know what it's like to love someone and not really be able to be with them. And then when it comes to like Day, like when he's trying to be with Kitty and trying to explain things with her, like, she keeps coming in between that. And I'm like, girl, like, if anybody should sympathize with him, it should be you, because you're kind of in the same position. Honestly, like, I feel like she's in a worse position because, like, no, I don't think anybody else really knows about her sexuality besides Day. And maybe if she has like another close friend or something that knows, I don't know. But like, obviously her parents don't know. And I think she knows that, like, if it got out, that it wouldn't just be the school and her parents knowing. It would probably be like in the media because her family, like I said, her family is like wealthy, and I think they own like hotels or something like that. So it's like her dad has to do like press conferences, and her family gets reported on. So that's a lot. And again, I understand why she's hiding it, but it's just like, girl, come on, like, you need to be like easier on Day. And she's like, every time he tries to go and be with her, she's like, no, you need to be with me, and like holding onto his hand and like holding onto his arm and all this stuff. It's just too much. And I'm like, Day, like, your girl came all the way from the States. I mean, partially to be with you, also to be at the school that her mom went to. But it's like, she's trying to be with you, and you just keep like dismissing her, all because you have this deal going with Yuri. And now things have gotten messier because now he kind of has like legality. Is that how you say it? Legality issues. Because now he signed an NDA, so he definitely cannot tell her what the truth is. Like, I mean, I guess he could go around it and say, yeah, it's a fake relationship, but I can't get into the details of it. But he hasn't even been able to do that. Like, he literally has not even told Kitty once that this is a fake relationship, that I don't love her, I love you. Like, I feel like if he would have just said that, then maybe you could have, you know, eased Kitty's mind a little bit, and she probably would have been like more understanding, I feel like. But he didn't even say that. It literally, like, I feel like his whole dialogue, the like second and third episode, is, I can explain, let me explain. And I was like, bro, like, if he says that one more time without actually explaining. So I you know, I kind of see why maybe people are kind of annoyed with this show. And then, you know, I think the other thing too is probably because I feel like it was kind of like marketed as like a, you know, like a K drama. And I have never personally gotten into K dramas. I've watched a bunch of Thai shows, and Thai shows are, whoo, Thai shows are good. Like, the drama there is drama with a capital D. So I assume that K dramas are similar, but I haven't really gotten into one personally. But I know that, like, you know, it kind of like got popular over here in America. So I think maybe some people were going into it thinking it was going to be like that, but I kind of knew it wasn't going to be. I'm like, you have to remember that this is a spin-off of, you know, the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, and those movies, they're like rom-coms, you know, like, they're sweet and there's romance in it, and it's about, you know, like relationships and things, but it's not like R-rated, you know, it's not like super super mature because they're in high school. So I figured it was going to be like that same tone, just a little bit different because it's Kitty, it's not Laura Jean that we're, you know, that we're following this time. So, you know, I wasn't expecting that, and I feel like some people maybe were disappointed because it wasn't that, I guess. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the comments if you watched the show, how you feel about it so far. Obviously, don't spoil it for me because I'm only 3 episodes in. I have not watched the other episodes yet. I plan on watching the rest of the season. And when I do, I'll probably talk about it again. But where I'm at now, I'm just kind of frustrated, like I said, with the situation, but I feel like that's probably not going to get any better. Knowing how this TV show is going, I feel like the truth, like, you know, it's probably not going to come out until like the very last episode. So I'm just like, really, y'all, come on now. And you know, I've tried to stay away from spoilers, but I have seen some like stills and everything, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm kind of seeing what might happen. And I was like already kind of getting that sense anyway when I was watching it. So Day's friend, Q, I love Q so far. He might be like my favorite character. He seems like the only one in the friend group with sense. Like, he was even telling Day at one point, like, your girlfriend is on the other side of this door. Like, you need to go and be with her. Like, remember that. Remember what's really important here. And anyway, I feel like he's the only one that's really giving him good advice. Now, his other friend, Mignot or whatever his name is, he's so rude, and he's been like, he acts like stuck up from the very beginning. And because of that, I feel like there's gonna be like a crush there with Kitty, or it's gonna be something between them, because usually, you know, in these types of shows, like, if you have an enemy like that, there's, you know, especially because he's a guy and he's cute and he has like it almost sounds like he has like a British accent. I could be wrong, I don't know. But I definitely feel like there's going to be something there between them. Like, she's going to end up liking him, or he's going to end up liking her, or they're just going to end up being really good friends. I feel like it's going to be like an enemies to friends to lovers thing, or like an enemies to lovers. I don't know. I just feel like something's going to happen there, because I just don't think like him just being mean is going to be like his whole character. It's just going to be something. I feel like they're setting up something there. So we'll see. Again, do not spoil it for me if you've seen it. I don't know what his deal is. And at this point, I'm like, is it because you like Kitty? Like, is that why you have an attitude? Because, like, he doesn't really know her. Like, I feel like he only knows probably what Day has told him. So it's like, how are you just now meeting me and you're already having an attitude? Like, at this point, you must be into me. You must be mad that you can't have me. Like, if I was Kitty, I'd be like, you're giving fan behavior. Like, are you a fan of me? Is that why you're so rude to me? Because other than that, it really doesn't make any sense why he would be mean to her. But anyway, like I said, they're teenagers, so sometimes kids can just be mean, I guess. But So yeah, and episode 3, I'm kind of jumbling episode 2 and 3, so just bear with me, but cuz I did watch them back to back, cuz the episodes are like really short. They're only like 25 to 30 minutes. So if you plan on binge watching it, you can definitely get through it. I just didn't want to do that. Like I kind of wanted to take my time and watch the show. But yeah, so episode 3 ends with Day like breaking up with her, like for real. So this feels like a real breakup. And again, frustrated. I'm like irritated with him. Like, what are you doing? And I feel like he's doing that thing that we see characters do in TV and in film when they're like, oh, I made this decision because I thought, I was like, I thought I was gonna like, I thought it was gonna help us or save you or trying to, it's like like I said, I feel like he has good intentions, but I really don't think he's making the right decision. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. And two, like I know it's complicated because Yuri and her family are like paying for his tuition now. And now her dad is like offering him like an internship with this company, and I don't know how real this internship is because I feel like it was pretty much announced to the public to make it, it's a whole thing. Like I don't even know if I want to get into all that, but if you haven't seen it, you're gonna be confused. But basically, like it's kind of like an exchange. Like, okay, you're helping me out by being my pretend boyfriend, and I'm gonna tell my parents that we're dating, and they're using that to kind of like wash over a scandal that her dad had. And so they're like, okay, well, like, this is my daughter's boyfriend and we're opening up this internship and he's going to be the first recipient of this internship. And they made like a whole like deal about it, like a whole press conference. And so now it's like, he's getting these opportunities, even though it's like fake, but it's like getting his tuition paid and then getting this internship and all that stuff. And so again, I can understand that it's going to be complicated to just walk away from that. But at the same time, it's like, again, this is your girlfriend that you've been dating for years and she's here now and you could be with her if you would just at least try to explain somewhat what's going on. And kind of like, I just wish he would kind of like stand his ground more a little bit with Yuri to be like, okay, like maybe I'll continue helping you out, but like there needs to be boundaries or something, or there needs to be rules or something. Like, I don't know, like I would be pissed if that was my boyfriend and he was acting like that. Kitty's being a little too nice about it. But yeah, so like I said, it's just like what are you doing, man? What are you doing? And I feel like Q is like the one that is kind of trying to talk some sense into him. Now, whether he's going to follow the advice or not, I don't know. It doesn't look like it as of right now. But yeah, it's one big mess basically. But it's a drama, so that's what I expected. But yeah, so ended off with him breaking up with Kitty, and I don't know what's gonna happen next, y'all, but I'm gonna continue it. If you guys like these types of discussions and reviews, specifically for this show, let me know, and I will do a review for for the next few episodes, or at least for the last half of the season. I could probably squish them together because, like I said, they're pretty short episodes, which is kind of, I feel like that's kind of rare now. Like I feel like most TV episodes now, especially like, well, maybe I shouldn't say TV episodes, but most like Netflix episodes, or like when you're streaming a show, like the episodes are like an hour now. So this is pretty short. This is like a fast watch, if you ask me. But yeah, if you guys are into it, let me know and I'll continue to discuss it and do reviews for it. And I'll be sure to get through the entire season, and hopefully it won't take me like a full month to watch episode 4. And I'll probably watch like 4 and 5 back to back. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Again, I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you think of the show. Like, do you agree that it's not very K-drama enough for you? Or is it like, to me, I'm just like, it's a cute show. It's not like, oh my God, this is the best show ever, but it's a cute show. And I think too, like going into this, you kind of have to know the backstory of Kitty, and you kind of have to know like about the movies or about the books or something, because I feel like if you go into it not knowing anything about the characters, might be a little confusing, or it just might not be as appealing to you. And I think, I went into it because I'm like, oh, I remember Kitty from like how small she was in the first To All the Boys I Loved Before. I think she was in wait, was she in middle school? Honestly, I don't even remember how young she was. Maybe she was like in elementary school. I don't know. But she was so much younger then. And at that time, Laura Jean was a junior in high school, and now Kitty is a junior in high school. So now I'm like looking at it like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So, for me, it's more of like because I loved the movie franchise so much, and I love Laura Jean so much. She's like one of my favorite fictional characters now. And I read all three books too as well. So I'm a fan of Jenny Han's work, at least with those books. I haven't read any of her other books. So that I feel like that, for me, it's like that's kind of why I'm into it. But if you know nothing about the movies or anything like that, then you might kind of be like, what the heck is this? So I would recommend going back to watch To All the Boys I Loved Before. I think you should watch all three movies if you haven't, or at least watch the first one. I think it's still streaming on Netflix, so you can go on there and watch it. Yeah, so Jenny Han, the author of the books, she has a show out. I think it's called The Summer I Turned Pretty. Never seen it, don't know what it's about, never read the book or anything. So let me know if you guys think that's worth watching. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Not sure. I haven't seen it on Netflix. But again, let me know if you want me to get into that, because I will, and I'll give you guys my opinion. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I don't really have much to say. I just feel like I'm just gonna keep telling you that the way this ended off frustrated me, and the way Day is acting is just annoying, because I'm like, come on now. But yeah, I think Kitty is cute though. She's definitely Laura Jean's sister, like right down to the clumsiness, which is funny because if you remember when she was little, I feel like those were the things that she made fun of Laura Jean for. And I think she was probably like harsher in the books, really, but in the movie, it seemed like when Kitty was a kid, like she was very like self-assured. Maybe I felt like she was even popular. I feel like that was implied, like when she went to school and she was like, yeah, everybody wanted to sit next to me now, unless she was lying, I don't know. But for Laura Jean, it was like the complete opposite of that, right? She had like one good friend, and then she had the other girl, I forgot her name, but the other girl that didn't like her, she had never dated anyone. Like, she was kind of like in her own little bubble, and so they seemed like opposites. But it's funny because now that Kitty is the same age that Laura Jean was in the first movie, now Kitty's kind of like in that same spot. So very interesting. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Definitely follow my Instagram page as well, because I usually post clips and reels and stuff on there from my most recent episodes and things like that. But if nothing else, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because this is where I'm going to be going live every Saturday at 1 p.m. And or I should say like 1:05, 1 tick, because y'all, if it ain't me if I'm not like a few minutes late coming on here. But just know I will come on here. And yeah, I'm gonna continue watching the show. Give me any suggestions that any TV movie suggestions that you guys have, and I'll check it out. Definitely gonna be getting into some spooky stuff, because we're gonna get into it in October. So give me some suggestions for that as well. I really wish I could do like full reactions. I just don't know how to do that without YouTube taking the video down. I had an issue with the first reaction to the Exo Kitty episode. Like, that was hard to get back up. And then I had another issue with, I did a reaction to, what was it? I think it was like a Thai show that I watched. Got taken down, never got to get it back up. So yeah, I have issues with that. So that's why I'm kind of trying to do like reviews and discussions. But if I could do reactions without getting into trouble, I would. So if y'all have any tips on that, please let me know. But anyway, I'm gonna go for the third time, and thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys are enjoying my reviews and my discussions. It feels nice to get back into this. Haven't done this in a while. But yeah, just stay tuned for more to come. I have some more content for you guys, and yeah. we're gonna keep it rolling as usual. But I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend and a good week, and I will see you next weekend, same time, same place. And yeah, toodaloo.